So I just got done watching a movie called I Am Wrath. It came out in 2016, starring John Travolta and Christopher Meloni. I watched this because this movie was filmed entirely in the city of Columbus, which is where I live. Um, the movie's terrible. I'll straight up say that. It's not one of those movies that's like so bad that you like it's good that you can like kind of like laugh at, like something like Trolls or something like that. It's just like one of those movies that like has like a lot of like dumb decision making and weird acting choices and like weird production choices. Um, I mean, there's a few silver linings. The first is there's a decent fight scene um, inside of a barbershop, a little CQC, close quarters combat. I thought that one was like decent. Nothing like phenomenal, like nothing like The Raid or anything like that. Um, and I think Christopher Meloni does a decent job. It could just because like like the people he's acting around, um, just uh, looking better than the rest of the people. I don't know. It's one of those like things like where the movie's so bad like it's probably making like the actors and like different like other parts like the movie like look even worse. Um, the other thing is like, I mean, there's zero doubt that it's like filmed in Columbus. Like they mention Columbus like 100 times in the movie. There's Columbus Police Department. Um, there's a news segment at the beginning that they're sitting there talking. They say the word Columbus 50 times in 2 minutes, and they sit there and drive through a lot of like high street, like Short North in particular, but um, also downtown area. There's a place called Ringside Cafe. Um, they use that alleyway. It's like an old street, but like it's basically like an alleyway now because you're not supposed to drive down and everything. But they use that like multiple times as an alley, as like a driving alleyway, which is kind of funny. Um, and of course, like there's like they're at Axis at one point in the movie. Um, it's just I don't recognize like the barber shop, and I don't recognize there's like a hookah bar like slash strip club. I don't recognize either, and some small diner I don't recognize, but again, those could be like anywhere. Um, yeah, it's kind of like along the lines of something like Taken, like spouses in danger or family members in danger or gets killed or whatever, and have to go on a mission to of revenge. It's just not done nearly as well as those, and there's like a lot of like laugh out loud terrible moments. Like for example, like the movie's called I Am Wrath. Uh, it's named that because at one point he tosses aside a Bible that his wife owned, and like the pastor like gives to him like his at the wife's funeral. Um, and he just tosses it to the side like that night, and it opens up to a page, and he has this look, and he like looks at it, and he like walks over there and picks up and reads it for some reason. It was just like this is like an irreligious person. And it's just like it's so dumb. I don't know how to describe it. Like, and then like on top of that, like there's a like shortly after that, he goes and confronts like the first person that was involved in his wife's killing, and this guy takes a cue ball from the pool table that he was playing at, sets it on the bar, and shoots or like like shoots the cue ball at John Travolta's glass because he's drinking at the bar. it's just it's stuff like that that like if there was like more of that, and like it didn't try to be serious, and like it didn't have like these like just bad parts, like not terrible bad like those parts. Like it could be like one of those like Trolls 2 type movies that it's so bad you can like sit there and watch and like laugh at, but it's just it's dumb. I don't know how else to describe it. It's dumb. It's yeah, it's the only silver lining I guess is that like I've been watching like a lot of like uh movies, like trying to prepare for like Oscars coming up, and like compile like a best of 2023 list, and this movie kind of like makes you appreciate those like good movies better, like those movies that are well done and have like a compelling story and compelling acting and a story that's plausible and makes sense and has a message to say and everything. Like, what's the message of this one? Police are corrupt, and don't kill people because other people will try to kill you afterwards. Like, it's so dumb. I don't know how to describe it. It is so dumb. I'd probably give this movie like a 1 star out of 5. It's literally like, I mean, maybe even like a half a star. I don't know. It's literally like one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. Which, like I said, I watched this because it's Columbus. I've lived in Columbus almost 18 years now, and it's painful. I'll put it that way. It's painful. It's funny because like I almost like I looked because I was like getting like so out of this movie at this point, and I looked at it and I was like, it was an hour into the movie, and it's only like an hour and a half long movie. I'm just like, man, like they should have cut like 15 minutes off of this. And like it's kind of weird because I feel like movies like make that like arbitrary like 90-minute runtime for like these lower budget movies, or like these like, I don't know how to describe it, but like they call it like brisk pacing, like get in, get out, and like get like just show you a message and all that stuff. But I don't understand like why that arbitrary time was set. Maybe there's a story behind that, but maybe take 15 minutes off of this, and like a lot of that you could take off the end, because it's kind of like one of those things like where there's like a lot of dumb things that happen at the end too, that like spoiler alert, like he kills like the mayor, walks out on the balcony to all these like cops, and instead of like handing himself in, he raises his gun like he's gonna like shoot them. So they shoot him, and he's wearing a bulletproof vest, and somehow all of the shots except for one hit the bulletproof vest, and he's just like in ICU like the next scene. And it's just like, well, if you knew you're gonna survive that, then like why not just like like hand yourself in to the authorities, or like have him do that moment like where he goes out and purposely like commits suicide since his mission's over with. I would have been happier with that, because then at least we know like a sequel's not coming. And then like the next scene is like his daughter is like in the hospital, and she like runs, and like they're like not letting it like his daughter see him, so she like runs past 2 cops and like hugs her dad and says I love you, and hands him like sneakily hands him a gun. And it's just like, okay, like, and of course like within like minutes like there's a shift change, which doesn't really make sense like timeline wise. And then like the shift change cop is actually one of the cops that like was corrupt, and like he attempted to kill and I guess didn't finish him off completely. And it's so dumb. And then like the final, like one of the final scenes is like he like rolls away, and what's his like partner, and they're like running away, and it's like it almost like sets like this like sequel of like the partners are back in town, and it's like please don't make a sequel. And I forgot to mention this earlier, but like another like stupid thing is Columbus has like some like iconic stuff, like like some like nice scenery and like around it and everything, but they literally use like the same shot of it's not, I wouldn't say like the city skyline because like Columbus doesn't have like the craziest skyline, but it's like literally like four buildings next to a bridge, and they use that same shot I think four different times in the movie, and like one of the times is at night and then one times is at day, and it's just like, dude, like can you pick like a different like shot of the city? Like did you like run out of budgets for shots of Columbus? And it's just like, I don't know, man. It's painful. I don't know how else to say it. Like it was not an enjoyable watch, and I can't even say I'm glad I knocked it off my watch list because I wish I would have not watched and watched something else. Um, Anyways, like I said, 1 star out of 5, maybe less. Uh, I don't recommend it to anyone, not even people from Columbus. It's not worth it. I hope other movies are, you know what, instead of watching this movie for shots of Columbus, just drive down High Street, for 20 minutes, and then, you know, bring up a list on Google Maps or something of Columbus sites and spend the other hour doing that. You'll get a better experience than watching this movie. That's it. I don't know. Bye. I've done this before, but I had to make an addendum. Basically, there's two things that I wanted to talk about in this addendum. The first is that I forgot to mention another like terribly bad part of this movie, and that like the same exact disarm is done like I think 5 times, maybe 6. I can't remember, but this disarm tactic, which you basically have a gun pointed at you directly, and it's either behind you or in front of you, and you just like swipe it away, or if it's behind you, you just turn and swipe it away. This has been proven like not to work so like much. It's like one of those things that like you have a better chance of like literally like headbutting the gun or reaching for the gun and like trying to swipe it away, because it's like such a like you're like going down to up, like it's just one of those things like if I remember right, you're actually told to push it because like it's a quicker motion for your arm to push and it's so stupid. It's one thing I want to bring up. The other thing I want to bring up is the director. I think his name's Chuck Russell. I just looked this up and I'm already blanking on it. But he also directed The Mask with Jim Carrey, like the older movie, which is a good movie. It's a lot different of a genre. It's a little bit more zanier and off the wall. He also directed Scorpion King, which it's not a good movie, but it's like not terrible like this is. It's quite a bit high. I'm sure it's a higher budget than this. That's like the Mummy movie with The Rock in it, Dwayne Johnson, and then he also directed a older movie called Eraser with Arnold Schwarzenegger. But yeah, I just wanted to bring those two things up. It's kind of sad that. I mean, maybe it's just a director that's like either like lost his touch, if you ever had one, or he got lucky with a few films, or like just got outpaced by like newer generations of directors. I don't know what it is. It's upsetting though. Anyways, bye.